sometimes what I've seen is that parents, maybe rightfully so sometimes, because they're older than their kids, they just believe they ought to know much more and better. And as the children grow up, the reality is how they filter the life experiences. It's different. It'll be different from you, right? And you just have to believe that one, you raised good quality. You are good quality as a parent. You have to believe and trust that you raised good quality. And if you raise good quality, then you can't just brush out aside what
the opinions
of the child. You have to trust that first, this child is intelligent, well brought up. And so when the child says, this is my view, listen. And it takes a lot of humility to be able to say, actually, you have a valid point, and I change my argument and I defer to your point.
Hello, mommy. Hi.
Hi,
mommy.
Hi, sweetie. How
Good
are
morning.
you? Good morning.
Or good afternoon now at this point.
Yeah, actually.
Tech difficulties got us to afternoon instead of morning. But we're here, and this is the pilot episode of Sunday Calls.
Yay! How many years coming?
How many? Like a year and a half or 2 years coming.
Of serious planning, but of talking about it?
Of talking about it 2 years. Of like serious planning like a year.
Yeah.
Yes, so we're finally here. We finally made it.
Yeah.
And I think what we should do for this episode is just try to get people to know us a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like, why are these two random ladies in my ears talking to me right now?
Yeah.
So I guess I can introduce myself to them. I'm Fikemi.
I'm Funmi.
Fikemi and Funmi. Aiyepeku. Yeah.
Funmi is the mom.
Funmi, important to mention.
Clear from the voice.
Epele, sexy voice. Sexiest voice. Okay, yes. Funmi is the mom. Fikemi is the daughter.
Yeah.
And
how old is Fikemi?
I'm 25. I'm 25 going on 26 in a few months, in 4 months.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Funmi is 50 going on 51.
Hey! Elder. Yeah. Elder.
Say it.
Elder Funmi.
Say it.
Okay, let's see. What do you think you want people to know about you? What do you do? What's your background?
Okay, background.
What's your favorite color?
I'm a graduate. Okay, let me take it one at a time. So I'm a BSc Economics graduate some odd years ago. Married to one, mother of 4. Fikemi is the first. Mm-hmm. I'm an interesting young lady, and I say young intentionally because 50 is young.
Young elder Funmi.
Fun-loving, creative, vivacious, love life, love laughter.
You sound like you planned this. You're really giving us some serious things.
You tell me to talk about myself. That's one of my favorite things to do.
Period.
Yeah, period. Love life. Oh, love God. Oh, God is the center of my heart and life and everything. So I'm a baby girl for God. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I love that. Okay. I'm Fikemi. What do I think I want people to know about me? I also love life. I love to travel. I love my friends. I think I try to get a lot of passionate moments out of life where I can. I love going to new places, meeting new people. I like doing hard things and coming out on the other side, even though I'm going to endlessly complain while I'm doing the hard thing itself. I've actually lived in 5 countries under the age of 25.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? So Nigeria, obviously. Mm-hmm. We're recording this from Lagos, Nigeria.
Mm-hmm. At the moment.
South Africa, Johannesburg, South Africa. Shout out ALA.
ALA.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Hey.
That's where we started. And then we ended in Chicago.
Blues.
Home of the Blues.
Home of the Blues.
Exactly. Yeah. I lived in Lille, in France, for a semester. I'm not easy. Like, are you serious? Put some respect. Excuse me.
Respect.
And then Toronto, which is where hopefully I'll be heading back
in a few months.
Yeah.
Good.
I've moved around a bit. We'll add a few more. London, I'm coming for you.
Hey.
Okay. So I think I would describe myself as a very chill extrovert. I want to be outside the house. I want to be doing something at all times. But ideally, I'll be doing it with people that I love. And, I'm that person that will get into a deep conversation anywhere because why not? What's the goal of it? Let's talk about the nitty gritty. Let's talk about it. You don't know that song.
No, I don't.
and so yeah, I try to be very focused on improving myself. I think that's probably why we get along a lot as well, is because we're both so focused on, well, how do we do this better and how could we get more out of life? We're very reflective. We're both cancers, not in the disease way.
God forbid.
Yeah, because you're June 24th and I'm June 20th.
I was going to have you on my birthday.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't do that.
Yeah. I didn't. I was happy I didn't.
Yeah,
I actually
that would
prayed
have
that
been
I
a
didn't
lot.
want. I didn't want you on my birthday.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
If you didn't want me,
I mean, I wanted. I didn't want to have you on my
joking.
birthday.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I think those are the important things to me. I love music.
I love music and I love dancing.
Yeah, you love dancing. I think, if you're going to see the Aiyepeku girls, but because there are more of the Aiyepeku girls.
Because just the first.
I'm just the first of 4.
Oh, including me?
Who is counting you? I have 3 siblings, so we are 4.
Oh, when you said Aiyepeku girls.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
First,
So
but we're 4 girls too.
Including
you.
Okay, all right. That's what I
Aiyepeku
said,
babes.
yeah.
Okay, let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. Aiyepekus, exactly. Yeah. This podcast has been, it's been a long time coming.
It has
So
been.
I'm glad that we're finally doing it.
Yeah, I've been quite excited about it as well. I think every time, like you said, it's been a long time coming. So,
Yeah.
just finally getting to it. And, even before, this recording, where I've been telling everyone, oh, we're having a podcast. I'm so excited about it. And every single person I've told goes, when you start, send me the link.
Too, yeah.
Right? Young, old, peers.
Yeah. I've seen people who host podcasts have episodes where their parents come. That kind of thing where there's an episode, but they don't really dive deep into their dynamic or learnings about their relationship. So I think it's it's an empty spot for now.
It is.
So, yeah.
But we've covered it.
Yeah, we're covering
it.
Starting from right now.
Right now. I've been also excited, looking forward to starting. Just that place where you're a mix of emotions, starting a new thing.
Yeah.
I'm I'm quite excited, nerves, but yeah.
It's cool. I think there's also a nice thing about it being kind of like low stakes. Like if we're just yapping and we're just talking, like we talk, and then we can just put it out there and nothing about our life changes.
Absolutely, because this is normal.
Nice.
This is actually natural.
It's not like taking a big step at work or something where it's like good luck, there's a lot more stakes there.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you think you've learned anything about me? As we've been preparing for this.
Oh, absolutely. You're tenacious. I mean, I know you're focused, you're proactive and all that, but I think one of the things I actually meant to ask you was, it came across to me like it means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to you, but as in, what does it really mean to you? Because I see you put in so much energy, tenacity, if it weren't for you, really, we won't be here too.
That's fair.
Because you knock it down. Yeah, like hold it down, mommy. We're meeting today. We're planning 2 episodes. We're doing this. You're taking notes. You're sharing with me. You're checking with your friends and all that. So I've seen you demonstrate a whole lot more tenacity at achieving a goal. Because I know it's also one of your 2026 goals.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just want it to be good. Like, I have an issue putting something. I don't think I'm perfectionist in the way that I would never put it out if it wasn't absolutely perfect. Everything wasn't absolutely perfect, but I have a very clear vision what the impact of this could be. And I have a very clear vision what we could do, with this. And I know obviously I've been in our relationship for 25 years and I know what it feels like authentically. And I really want it to come across authentically. I don't really care if it's like, oh, people disagree with certain things. I mean, nobody's going to agree with anybody 100% of the time, but I don't want to put something out and it's not good to the extent that I know that it can be good.
Absolutely.
And of course, we'll keep improving and we'll keep getting feedback and it will keep improving. But yeah, I want us to do it well when we do something. And I know you're the same way of, if we're going to do something, let's do it well. And I mean,
100%.
I was under no delusions that you are going to be running up and down with me. Okay, let's go and get chair. Let's go and, I had no delusions. So that's why I was like, okay, I know mommy is busy. You're an executive at a company. Like, I know I am in a place in life right now where I can devote. I mean, this is the time. I moved back home for this to be able to focus on all these things that I've had on the back burner for so long. So
well done. Yeah, and thank you for all the run-ins that you've had to do.
Of course. No, of course. I think if I've learned something about you, it's probably how many things you can focus on at once. During this, you'll be like talking to a colleague and then I'll be like, Mommy, are you listening? You're like, yes. Sorry, you said this. I'm like, no, I didn't say that. I said, okay. So then what did you say after that? So that's also been good. It's cool to start and at least let people see our dynamic. It's weird recording myself talking to you. Obviously.
Same here.
It's like, oh.
Yeah, but then it's weird because we know the recorder is on. True. It also feels quite natural.
Yeah,
like
I think
this is the way we would normally talk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, about this, yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Your friends, my day, what's icking me off, what's
icking me off.
Oh, what's that?
What's giving me the ick?
What is giving me the ick?
But yeah, I agree. And I think, I mean, the goal for me for this episode, right, is let people see our dynamic. Let people see kind of how we've got this far. I think one of the ways we could do that is by thinking about like milestones.
Yeah. Or even how did we get here?
Yeah. I mean, well, excluding, the very convenient timing of my birth.
I know.
I'll skip that.
Yeah. So if I just try to kind of reflect how you and I got here, I think I started becoming more intentional. So yeah. So you grew, of course you were born. You grew up through your primary, your nursery, primary, and all that, and I think through your secondary school. It kind of started because then I can interact with you and engage with you more in a more grown-up way than a younger way. So it kind of started there where I started to try to understand you, what your likes, what your dislikes, how to really get you to speak. I think that's one of the things that I really liked. I remember you coming back from school,
like
Meadow Hall, and I would be so keen on hearing how your day went, and I didn't want to just hear yes or no, how was school, fine, this, those singular responses. No, I really wanted you to, so
why was that so important for you? What did grandma do that? I don't know.
Me, yeah, I mean, my mom and I, the dynamics were different, but she engaged me, but not the way I did.
Yeah. So why'd you do that? Why did you like me so much?
Yeah, I mean, I love you. I don't like you. I like you. I love you. I like you. But it was just important to me to know my children, of course, because I also did that with your siblings. It's always been very important to me to know each child for who they were.
Yeah.
Because I just believe strongly that you and each of your siblings are a gift to me and your dad.
Yeah.
And God has given us that assignment to ensure that everything He's put inside of you, we help nurture it and support it to grow. So you can be that person He created you to be.
So it almost felt like a duty. Not a duty as in you had to do it.
It was more like a responsibility, like something God entrusted me to do. Like you trust someone so much, you give that person this child and you say, I trust you to bring this child and help, her blossom into what I created her to be.
That's interesting.
You know, so yeah, so being able to understand you, being able to you know, just lean into who you are and not just trying to carry any template I've seen anywhere to say slam it on you and say no, that's how they bring up a child.
There's a lot of EQ involved in that, because I think, I mean, you and I have spoken religion and we have spoken about God, and we have our views, and that's not for today's episode. This episode is a bit lighter before we start getting into those things.
Yeah.
But I think even just knowing how a lot of people treat their faith is not to that depth. So even when you say you felt that responsibility, you felt like that was what God has called you to do, you know, ideally I would think that all parents feel that way. And why it doesn't translate the same way, I guess maybe that's something we'll continue to learn as we record, as we like hopefully interview people and get questions, because I think maybe there's like an intention that doesn't pass across well, or maybe I don't know. I mean, I can only speak for my own parents, and I didn't have that.
Yeah, I mean, you are right that, you know, in spite of many parents having God at the center of their lives, it doesn't translate to great dynamics and relationship with their children. And, you know, again, we have great intentions as parents. We love our kids, you know, we have great intentions, but quite a number of times we also need to grow up.
Yeah.
So, of course, every parent loves their child, have good intentions to raise them right, raise them well so they can stand on their own. But when certain experiences in the course of parenting come up, those experiences demand of us as parents EQ, awareness. You know, are we comfortable in our own skin?
Yeah.
Are we in control of our emotions and so many things? And quite a lot of times, even the work that some parents haven't done in growing up show forth in parenting.
Yeah.
And so maybe,
No, because I was going to say, like, do you think people think about it that deeply when they're thinking about, you know, TBD?
Honestly, I don't know. Yeah. But I'm a deeply reflective person naturally. So there are many things that I know. Yeah. There are many things that I know that I'm deeply reflective about, which impacts a lot on many aspects of my life. You know, that many people don't.
Yeah. Well, that's fair.
So,
but yeah, no, so that's how it started.
Yeah,
it sounds like from you.
Yeah. So, and then, so I started with that. And then as you grew older, going into A-levels in South Africa.
Emerald first, and then
Emerald,
that was
so Meadow Hall was secondary school. We started the relationship. Going into Emerald, I used to call the phone, and then when you went to South Africa, that was a different dynamic.
Yeah.
Right, because then you were away from home much longer than you would be when you were in boarding house.
Yeah.
And you know, and the pressure of the environment, the people in the environment, all that was very new, very different. And again, here I was wanting to be able to understand and support, not just, you know, saying, I know how it is growing up. I've grown up before. I should be able to do. So I've always been big on just making sure I understand what you were going through, and I listen. Because again, you know, how can you really understand what a child is going through if you don't listen? Not listening to respond, but listening to really understand.
Yeah.
So I mean, we could go on and on into different phases, but that's how it started. That's how it's continued. And as I did that, I could see how it was helping to impact on your growth, you just flourishing into yourself, being more comfortable in your relationship with me. And that just further fueled my determination to keep investing in it.
Yeah. No, I think early was definitely a whole phase of life. It was a whole phase of life. I think that was probably, I mean, I know your efforts started before then, like with Meadow Hall. I think I remember definitely some moments in Meadow Hall where like we were in the flats and you sat me outside. We got home from somewhere and then you were like, so do you have any crushes? And I was like, excuse me, lady, these are not the conversations to be having right now. Can we go upstairs, please? Obviously, I didn't see that, but I was just like, okay, I guess this person and this person, and I was just like,
Yeah, I remember
can I go
that
now?
conversation. And I really wanted to understand, why did you like him? Or why do you like him?
Yeah.
What does he look like? Is he nice? Is it this? I mean, maybe I'm also quite curious.
That's fair. But no, I remember those times being the first like memories. I think that car moment was like the first memory. If I think about me and my mom being close, I think that's probably one of the first memories. And then Emerald, but then more specifically South Africa and being there, and that was probably where the routine came, the Sunday calls came.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we need a routine.
Yeah.
I think obviously it was so busy that in the beginning I was just like, I have 20 minutes. You have 20 minutes. And then of course, as it became more of a routine, it was like, oh, so this happened. And I would just kind of end up talking. I think us talking a lot during ALE helps me just remember the moment and helped me like process it a lot as well. I think those were probably one of the first few moments I began to air my grievances, like talk about what was actually bothering me. In terms of what was actually bothering me, I think in secondary school, it's just kind of like, oh, this teacher was being annoying. This house mother was doing rap, blah, 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 blah. I didn't really thank God, I didn't really have issues, so to say. And so I think in ALA, where it's a challenging environment, academics were more rigorous. We had so many responsibilities outside of school.
True.
You're meeting all sorts of people from all over the world, all over Africa. It was a lot. It was a lot of, that was like one of the first times I've had imposter syndrome, where you're like comparing yourself to people actively because one person is on Forbes 30 under 30 in Kenya. And
shout out to Ellie and all the great people.
Do you get like what
great youngsters they gather?
Somebody is 19. They have started business that turns plastic into chair. What do they call? Not plastic. What's it called? One thing, Sha.
Yeah.
Shout out Edgar.
Wherever you are,
he's probably still doing it, and you've never been inspired by your peers.
Yeah.
And so I think just calling home all the time was a very grounding thing to be like, oh, I'm also special. I also have something to offer,
Glad I could support you that way.
Yeah, no, it's more so in hindsight that you even realize these things, because in the moment it's just like you're in the common space and you're laughing with your friends and you're like, oh my gosh, my mom is calling, or I have to call my mom.
Yeah.
And then you go, and if in the moment it feels like, oh, I wish I could just be hanging out with my friends. And then of course we'll settle into the call and then I get more comfortable and all that stuff. But in hindsight, you're just like, oh yeah, that was really nice to have, because there's a way that you say things that when you say stuff out loud, when you tell stories out loud, it solidifies the moment. It kind of makes it more concrete, and you remember, you call up upon it a lot quicker. And so being able to narrate my experience as someone who keeps a journal, and I wasn't really keeping a journal as frequently in ALA, it was also that. I feel like I'm able to call upon things in ALA very quickly, partly because it was a very memorable experience and it impacted me a lot, but also partly because I was narrating my feelings all the time, every week on Sunday. and so yeah, so I think that's not really a milestone, but like ALA was tough, especially towards the end, like getting burnt out and just being like, I'm over it.
We're handling quite a lot.
It was a lot. When I think back to all of that stuff, I was doing a lot too.
Because you had the MAU.
Mind you, it's still on my resume. That thing is never leaving my resume.
It shouldn't.
Never leaving my resume.
Because I think a lot of the things that even helped you in college.
Oh,
right?
100%.
I mean, in terms of being able to juggle so many things.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You had juggled MAU. Well, that's what it was called.
MAU, yeah.
MAU with
classes, extracurriculars.
You had a school job.
Yeah, I had a campus job.
You had a campus job. You had extracurricular. Peer counselor. And then you had university
university applications.
Right.
That was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot for a 17, 18-year-old.
I imagine.
Right.
But I guess that's a good transition into college.
Absolutely.
Yeah, college then. I think college, at that point, it was no longer a chore. It was no longer like I have to call my mom at this time. I think also because I just had more free time. ALA, in class from this time to that time. College is just like, 1 hour here, 2 hours here, da 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 da. And so it was a lot easier to just Yeah, oh my God, look at my test. Oh my gosh, I just picked this up from the mail.
So you think the dynamics kind of changed there? The need
it became more easy.
and how the conversations then played a role in it kind of changed?
Yeah, I think it changed. It became not easier as in it was hard before, but it just became something of ease. You felt more accessible in a way. Were you employed at that time? Maybe you were not employed though.
So you went in
2019 to 2020.
I wasn't. No.
I was
Well,
going to say maybe that's the secret.
employment.
We've unlocked the secret to good
No, I don't
relationship.
think so.
Unemployment.
No, I don't think so. But it did give me. So I stopped 9 to 5 when you went to ALA.
Okay.
So you went to ALA in August. When I took you, when I accompanied you to school.
Yes, I remember.
In August, I had just stopped 9 to 5.
Okay.
So when I came back, I just used to freelance consult. So I did have quite a bit of time, intentionally too, because I kind of
that's true. I remember because
because I remember I said I needed to take care of more of my parents. I needed more time with you and Erife because you were going to college. Erife was in ALA.
Yeah.
And then Oye was, transitioning into teenagehood. So I just thought, you know what, I need time with these children, with my family, my parents. They're growing old. So
that's fair. But no, uni was nice in that way. Uni, you definitely pushed me a lot. Like ALA was all gas, no brakes. University was like speed bump after speed bump after speed bump, which was great. I mean, I excelled, which is nice, but I think in a lot of ways I probably would have gotten too comfortable if I didn't have you being like, okay, so what are you up to? You are watching series again for this long, which was a great time. First semester was, I used to come back from class, do homework for like 1 hour, be done with homework for the rest of the day. It's like 6 p.m., go to dinner with friends at 7, go and swim. And then I stopped swimming because braids are expensive to do in that America. Sure. So it was great following early, 100%. I don't think I would have traded that first semester for anything. I didn't do anything, which now I hear is like a common thing. Like I don't think a lot of people are doing so much in their first year of university, but I wasn't doing anything besides class, which was 180 from from ALA, where I was just doing so much.
I remember.
So I was happy, man. I was thriving. I was just like, yeah, girl, I'm going to watch series for 4 hours and only be in class for 3 hours, one day. But I think you really helped push me. You really helped me be like, okay, well, what are you doing? Balance. Remember you're there for a reason.
Do you remember a favorite statement I used to make then? Moderation.
I mean, that's like your phrase in general. Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
Everything from miniskirts to university education.
Well. but if I just cast my mind back to that time, I think for me how the dynamic change was that this is now a bit more of real life.
Yeah.
So that transition from A levels to college was okay. She's growing up.
Yeah.
Right. This is now more real life. ALA was controlled sort of environment.
Yeah. So like boarding school.
Yeah. With a few more privileges than what Nigerian boarding schools will have. So college was now like, oh, this is real life. So it's a different level of sort of support you needed, a different level of ability to help filter through what you were going through, friendships. I remember we had such valuable conversations.
That's a whole episode.
And another whole episode on friends and, your dynamics with your friends and how you needed to maintain your identity, your individuality, in that relationship and still be friendly, have friends, but
for sure.
remain, so for me, how that season changed, how my role in that season of our relationship changed was I had this new filter of this is my young adult.
Yeah. Right. I mean, you say all of this and I'm like, that's so great. I was so lucky to have my growth not only being thought about by me, but also being like you were proactively thinking about, because I didn't feel an awkward transition. So that was clear to me that you were thinking about it and you were thinking about how to show up when I got to that phase. It wasn't that. I mean, obviously we had our moments because you had never schooled in the US and being black in the US versus being black in Nigeria. We had those conversations pretty early on where I was like, Mom, you can't say that. Those were natural. Those are just like cultural differences. I also had that culture shock before I was even able to translate it to you as well. But it really stands out to me that, I'm really grateful that like you were also thinking about that. I think that's one thing that, when I have kids, I'm just wanting to have them top of mind, not in a way that's like, my kids before everything, because I don't think your kids should be before everything. I think you enjoy your life very well.
I do.
But I think that being able to be like, oh, this is something that my child is going
it's
through.
a delicate balance.
It's a really delicate balance. Omo, and I'm the first, and you did well. Omo, yeah. We only get better from here. We should get a refill here and there on this podcast
to say something.
To hear what's
Precious.
But yeah, so that was uni. That was uni. When I think back to it, I think it is that thing of you were someone that would understand. You trusted my experience. You obviously trusted your judgment, you trusted your wisdom, and you are my mother, but you really trusted my experience. That if Fika is saying, okay, but mommy, I've seen this, and that's not aligning with what I've heard on social media or here and there. You were like, okay, I understand. I'll learn. You don't know too much about it. You used to say, I'll figure it out. I'll learn about it. So, and you were always eager to do those things. And that's probably, obviously the first like year, maybe, about the first year. And then I came home for COVID.
Absolutely. And if I just lean in on that, there's a lot of humility that has to go with parenting, I found, right? Because, I think sometimes parents feel that, again, just in my experience, not, kind of casting anyone, but just from sometimes what I've seen is that parents, maybe rightfully so sometimes, because they're older than their kids, they just believe they ought to know much more and better. And as the children grow up, the reality is how they filter the life experiences. It's different. It will be different from you, right? And you just have to believe that one, you raised good quality. You are good quality as a parent. You have to believe and trust that you raised good quality. And if you raise good quality, then you can't just brush out aside what
the opinions
of the child. You have to trust that first, this child is intelligent, well brought up. And so when the child says, this is my view, listen. And it takes a lot of humility to be able to say, actually, you have a valid point, and I change my argument and I defer to your point. So yes, you are right that quite a lot of those times, again, like you said, I didn't school in the US. I'm not familiar with those experiences. And so when you tell me, oh, this is, I'm like, okay, let's think through it together. And I remember through a lot of those calls and those dynamics, we thought through a lot of things together.
We did.
So one needs to approach parenting with a lot of humility, and trust, like you say, that your child is a whole individual, by him or herself, and you have to, just give a lot of credit to that.
I guess that's another thing is you have to first, for you to believe your child could also be of quality, you have to believe you are of quality. So you have to believe that you are capable of raising somebody who has good judgments, to believe that your child has good judgments, maybe, I don't know.
No, I think you're right. But again, no parents went to parenting school. There's no parenting school, right?
True.
So we stumble on things, we adopt the templates that our own parents applied on us, or we learn from peers or colleagues or whatever. We read books, But one thing that I've found has really helped my own style is just being honest and truthful to myself. Where you don't know it, you have to own up and say, I don't know it. And when you're unsure with your child, you have to be able to say, let's figure it out. I think one thing that sometimes doesn't come through, just from my observation, parents relate with their children, especially the young adults, that doesn't help the dynamic is when you just kind of stand on your high horse like, I know it all.
Yeah.
And the child is like, hey, come on, you can't know this.
Yeah.
And if you just adopted a different approach of saying, okay, you know what, actually, I don't know much about this. Can I learn from you?
Yeah.
And can we figure this out together? That definitely builds a better connection. And the child feels, oh, my parent is vulnerable with me. You know.
Yeah, there are a lot of layers. There are a lot of layers because, I'm excited to dig deep into those different
many
layers.
of these layers. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to our other episodes. Really.
Yeah, me too. Definitely we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
And it'll be great to have other guests.
Yeah,
perspectives from parents.
From people, young adults.
Yeah, young adults.
Gen Z.
Yes. Absolutely, the Gen Zs.
Yeah, I agree. College ended almost 3 years ago. And since then, I've lived and worked in Chicago, in Toronto, and I moved back home.
We're big scale.
I try my best.
Yeah.
I try my best.
Yeah, big scale.
I think since then, I felt my personhood, if you will, like solidify more. And now our relationship is more so a dance of two different perspectives. Whereas before, I mean, I obviously still learn from you, but I think whereas before there was heavy learning, there was very much of, Mom, I need this advice. I need this advice. Now it's like, okay, Mom, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think?
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of a different kind of dance.
Refining the quality of your decisions.
Yeah,
based on a different perspective.
Exactly. I guess it also helps that we had very similar professional starts. Like we both started out consulting. And so
shout out to consultants.
I don't know if shout out to consultants. I thought you were saying shout out to consulting. Which is a different thing.
Whatever. Shout out. That you started in consulting.
And and so yeah, I think that's probably one of the biggest shifts is there's a lot of built trust. The foundation is strong. So almost everything. I'm just like, what do you think? You know, I trust your opinion. I don't think it's every decision, which is one of the things I like about a relationship is I'm not thinking like, I need to know what my mom is going to say before I do this thing. But
there's no pressure to do that either.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. But that's then where the value comes is, I know I don't need to do what you say, but I know that your input is going to be very, not just wise, like, yeah, that's guaranteed, and that's established.
I'm guaranteed wise?
Oh, for sure. As an elder.
Now I'm red.
But, you know.
Let me use your Gen Z language. I'm gone.
I don't even know how many people say that. I don't know.
But you say it a lot.
I say it a lot. I don't know why
I'm gone.
Anyways, whatever. So, you know, not only do I know your feedback or your words will be wise, but I know that it will be empathetic. I know that you're taking multiple views into, or multiple perspective into account. I know you're not over-indexing for my feelings, of you're not thinking badly of the person that I'm talking about. You're just able to just
balanced.
It's very balanced. And so I think now that has been a lot of the value, you know, that against the backdrop of, oh, you still love me, and you still, as if you ever didn't.
Stopped.
But that time you slapped me when I was 14. I remember that.
No, we're not getting into that today.
Not today.
We'll get there. I'm not a beater. You know, no abuse of physical violence.
No, it's okay. It's already gone.
No. I have to just say clearly.
No police is coming for you.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not a beater, but yeah, you deserved it.
I definitely deserved that slap. So I think that's probably the biggest value add for me now is, I have a sounding board. I have a sounding board that I can use to think about professional stuff, to vex on, like, man, these men nowadays, that, you know, what are we going to do? Well, not we, but me.
Yeah.
You know, to think about, being active, to think about passion projects, to think, you know, just all over the place.
Yeah. And make sure you have a full life, really.
Yeah, you know, and it's nice to be able to do, and even just seeing our dynamic through you being like, yeah, I'm really traveling. Me too. Let me go and travel.
Yes, so
it's also...
because you've influenced me now. I'm like, this young girl, how many years has she lived in a corporate world? She's just chopping life up and down. Me, I've been having this slavely. I have to learn sharp. So I'm going to Barbados.
As you should. Even honestly, even that where I mean, both you and daddy do that, where you're not afraid to be like, you girls are really, and then you're like, me too, I'll do my own. Like it feels good knowing that you're not afraid to say things like that. You're not afraid to be like, is it that you think I'm copying you? I'm not copying you. You're even the one that learned this from me. Like there's no ego battle.
No ego battle.
Yeah.
It's humility, no competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, living at home has made things interesting, to say the least.
That's another dynamic.
That's a whole other thing.
But if I comment on that transition to corporate America, well, corporate life.
Yeah.
Just limited to America. I think, for me as a parent, it's very heartwarming to just watch your child just blossom into this young lady, a child that leaned and relied on you for so many things, has now become a child, like you say, who is saying, Mommy, I want to do this. What's your opinion? I can't even, I'm not sure I can really appropriately articulate the emotions. It's very elating and it's also humbling at the same time. Because then you look at it and you say, well, we didn't do badly. We didn't do badly.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
You did what you set out to do.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, we did. Not all intention. Yeah, but yeah, we did. But what has been most kind of like rewarding and exciting for me is just being able to see you hold up a good quality life that is wholesome, that is robust, where you've come into your own personality, you know what you want, you know what you stand for. Again, like you said, we can learn even from such quality life that you live, where you focus on friends, you prioritize your well-being, you're just as hardworking, in the office, you have a great time socially, and you just, you're just weaving all of it so well together. So, and just it's being a delight for me, just being that sounding board, and just helping to further flourish this young, let me use old language, flower.
Oh.
into an amazing young woman. It's
been a cool journey.
It has been.
More to come.
Yeah.
More to come.
God's grace.
Yeah,
more experiences.
Yeah.
There's the marriage. No, sorry, there's dating, then marriage, then kids.
I think there's a lot more also.
Okay,
there's finishing this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, which other one?
There's more travels.
Yeah, shout out to more. We haven't even had like mommy and 3-daughter trips.
No, we have
daddy and 3-daughter trips, mommy and son trip. There's a lot though.
Why do all of these have to be separate trips?
No, they have to be separate. Some of them have to do. The dynamic is different.
Maybe one trip, separate days. We can yeah.
Clark. Sorry, it didn't. I'm sorry. I was trying to be Gen Z-ish.
No, I think just be who you are.
Okay.
Gen X, proud Gen X. But yeah,
that's fine.
No, I mean, looking forward to the rest of this podcast. There are things I'm excited for. I think I'm really excited to have people on. I'm really excited to hear from other parents and children, from experts who have worked with parents and kids.
Yeah.
Not just therapists, but like community leaders, pastors, just hearing what they think about dynamics within kids and their parents. You and I are here to kind of show our dynamic as a mirror, but I think hearing from other people, starting those conversations, because these conversations are not really being had.
True.
It's an exciting thing to do.
It is.
Especially knowing that I don't know anybody else who's doing so. It feels like a lot of responsibility as well.
Yeah. Don't let it.
It's exciting.
Yeah. Just
no, good responsibility. Not paralyzing for sure. I mean, if it was paralyzing, I wouldn't be doing this right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm quite excited to get to those parts of the podcast as well, especially because, speaking about the sort of audiences that we were trying to position this podcast to help, parents who have a relationship with their young adults or their children and hope to improve on it. We're hoping that, they would be able to benefit from this. Then also your own sort of friends and peers who wish for a better relationship with their parents. They can pick one or two things. And even parents that haven't even started having kids or, haven't even gotten married, maybe they can just pick. And this, if this podcast helps to just, improve the quality of parent-child dynamic, then you and I would have done something.
For sure.
I think so. Yeah, I'm quite excited about just getting emails occasionally or Instagram, DMs saying, "Hey guys, you don't even know what you've done. Blah blah blah. I listened to episode 20 and I picked this, I picked that. I tried it with my mom and my dad, and it was so that could literally, and I'm sure would literally bring tears to my eyes.
It would be cool because I think the intent of this podcast is really to be a mirror. And I think there's a lot of talk right now about childhood trauma, about parent trauma, but there isn't a lot of talk about what good looks like.
Examples,
what would it be like, or what should it be like if we do have this kind of relationship? And so it would be cool to start those
and
conversations.
how do you build it?
How do you build it?
How do you build it?
But yeah, that's about it for the first episode, and hopefully people will tune in for more. I think everybody can find us on Instagram at Sunday Calls Pod. And you can email us if you have questions, if you have anything you want to say. You can email us at sundaycallspodcast@gmail.com. I think those are it for now.
We're done.
We're done with episode 1.
I think we deserve a hug.
We deserve a hug.
Yeah.
I agree. Right now,
we're drinking right now. Love you, sweetheart.
Love you.
And we're out.